My name is Michael Hines with Your High School Sports. I want to talk to you a little bit about your game against Fulton. Give me a little bit of detail of how you expect to become victorious against a team like Fulton.
You know, it's going to be a big challenge for us, both offensively and defensively. We got to be able to limit the big plays that they are able to make with their quarterback running the football. And we can't turn the football over in a big game like this. They were really good on defense. They're making a lot of teams turn the football over. So we got to make sure we're not turning the ball. We're continuing to move the chains on third down. We'll score on some big plays, but we got to be able to move the football consistently down the field.
Well, Greeneville's obviously very well respected across our state, and have a great venue to play in, a great atmosphere, and really, really good players. So obviously, going into this one, we know that, mistakes and turnovers and penalties that we had last week will definitely cost us. So we obviously got to play a whole lot cleaner this week than we did last week.
As always, each week those guys got to have big nights for us to continue to be successful. Gudger's done a really good job catching the football out of the backfield and obviously running it really hard. He had both 100 yards receiving and rushing last week. That's got to continue to do both of those things. This week he's got to, be able to run the football good for us to be successful. And we got to get the ball in those playmakers' hands out on the edge and let them make plays.
How do you plan to defend against caliber players like that?
Well, Greeneville uses the whole field in the run game and the pass game, so you got to defend everything. But, kind of like what you said, you named some guys there that are some really good players, and Gudger's up for, Mr. Football in the state of Tennessee. And obviously Gillespie, does a great job on both sides of the ball, a tremendous athlete, obviously a very good basketball player. And, they've got Dabbs, they've got Stevenson. The list goes on and on. So they're obviously a very team. And, we've been to Greeneville before. It's been, a few years since we've been there. But these are kind of like those teams we played back in, 2009, 10, 11, and 12. Just really, really good players. So, defending those guys is tough. And we'll come up with a plan and go in there and kind of see how it works.
What are some of the key points that you've talked about in practice this week as far as your secondary that's going into this game?
They throw a good deep ball. We can't let the receivers get behind us. We got to make sure to stay in our coverage. Quarterback scrambles around a lot. We got to stay with our man. Don't come up just because he's running around there. We got to stay in coverage, and play your responsibilities.
Well, the guys that we have right now haven't played in those games. These coaches, our coaches here, have been there before, and so it won't be anything new to us, but to our players it is. So there'll be a lot of lessons learned on Friday night. I hope. Sometimes you learn lessons the hard way. Hopefully we don't do that. Hopefully we go in and play with confidence, and again, it'll be a tremendous atmosphere and hopefully a really, really good football game, and I think it'll be something for the fans to see.